No, they have not.
Well, yeah. Oh,
I mean,
wait a minute. Let me
hello,
see.
but
Yeah,
barely.
yeah,
There's
just
been
about. They have just about never changed their roster. All the same guys have been in the same places. Just about. Maybe it's time to try a couple of new people at new places.
Yeah, the last time they changed their lineup was November 6th.
Damn.
Unless they're using some
Yeah.
other way to update the roster.
Who's their coach?
Rourke.
Yeah.
Rourke, if you're watching this in future time, adjust the roster.
Yeah, you might want to take a look.
Take a look and see what you can do, because you got some hungry people on both the bench and the reserves that could probably be potential playmakers, maybe.
Yep.
You just gotta see how they cohese with everyone else, and, well, yeah. Just whatever you do, do
Which
not
case it
bench
makes it all the
Husky.
weirder that they suddenly had this big massive slide from 7-2 on the first assessment and then 4-12 afterwards if they have never touched the roster between them.
Maybe maybe no. I wouldn't think there's a. You think there's a boost points issue?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's just a guess.
Well, if the boosts were put into place, they would have only just recently been put into place.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's true.
So that wouldn't have affected it too much yet.
Uh-huh.
well, really, is the problem. Albany still got a different core. It's just they need to switch things up a bit. I mean, shake the roster, find some decent spot. Otherwise, they can go on cruise control like this for too long.
Yeah, they definitely need to play around with the roster a lot more.
Yeah, they could probably. But it's possible they could still make the play. Because of the East it's possible they could make the playoffs without making any changes, but they probably want to do better.
It's really uncharacteristic of a defending champ.
Uh-huh.
I mean, on the first assessment, it's like, yeah, you went 7-2. If you don't want to change it, you don't have to. But when your team goes 4-12 in the last month, you should be starting to pay a lot more attention about what your team is doing and start trying to change things up. Because the worst thing Albany can do right now is just keep going the pace.
Mm-hmm. Didn't say they should, but I think the state of the Eastern Conference is to the point where they could still make the playoffs without doing anything, but that wouldn't be satisfactory.
Well, assuming they don't keep going on that 4-12 slide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. It's you're on a 4-12 slide. But a lot of people with not a lot of play time.
Something they gotta pay attention to. Pretty sure I said that already.
Yeah, otherwise there's not really much thing we can say other than you need to move the roster in order to see what sticks and what doesn't work, so you can assess into things. Otherwise, if you keep it on cruise control like that, well, nothing can be figured out.
Yeah.
And if you keep falling down as such, you might be looking at losing out in getting into playoffs.
Yeah. Maybe even in the first round.
Okay, so should we move on to Texas?
Please.
Yes, please.
Okay, first assessment 3 and 6. After that, 3 and 8. Since then, they've gone 6 and 7. Currently running 0 and 3.
And also, they have won their last 7 in a row and are currently 15 and 21. Number 18 in
Are you sure they won their last 7 in a row? Because they're 6 and 7.
They've
Actually, no, that should be 9 and 7, shouldn't that? My bad.
yeah. Take a look at the take a look at the recent one. So yeah, they're currently number 2 in the number 2 in the Plains division. And also, if I may, Mig, I got 2 really good stats I want to read off here for Sam.
Yeah.
Raul Zueta, number 1 stealer in the league. And
That's
he's,
surprising me.
yeah, he has 65 steals. And also, where's the other one? There it is. Defensive rating, number 8 in the league.
Yeah, I guess we could say in an in-character thing, he had to reinvent himself slightly after, he's obviously he can't shoot himself in the league, so shoot and stay in the league. So what he needs to do is go on defense. So I like that.
All I can say is expect a contract extension or something during
Also
this
of note,
offseason.
Adi is the number 2 defensive player in the league.
That too, yes, he's good. Good fishy, good Audie.
My son was close to that. She was like 13th defensive player.
Ooh.
But
And,
I was only doing the top 10, so no comment for her.
Also, Puppy is number 8 worst turnovers in the league.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
Maybe he needs to stop putting magnets on Hugie.
And yet, the other good thing is he's the only one on their team that's red in turnovers.
That is a good thing. And I will say this right now, ever since I put him at point guard, good things have happened.
Alright.
Despite his PPR, good things have happened since I put Francois Martineau at point guard.
That means you transfer Marcus over to shooting guard?
Yeah, Marcus over to shooting guard too.
And
Alright.
Pullman's been doing well at small forward. So it's what we realized the starting lineup. So Texas now suddenly locked in, so to speak, a lineup that is really efficient at starter.
Yeah.
And also what I was saying earlier about signing players on a 30-day contract extension before you actually sign them. Mega Cadence is your Penguin, right?
Yeah.
No offense. I like what she's doing. I like having her on the team. She brings some dancing awesomeness to the team, but at the same time...
Yeah, she was supposed to be a point guard, and she's not doing well as a point guard. She does have the second most steals on the team, though.
That is good. That's a good thing. I'll give her that.
But that seems to be all she's good at. So
I think right now it's just mainly a stacked deck against her right now, just with all the players I currently have and me trying to find a third string point.
yeah,
Trying to find a third
a
string
point guard, and she's a good defensive guard, but sort of like Samantha Anderson, where it's like, yeah, really good steal rate, but not someone you on your backup or starting yet.
Yeah, she needs some seasoning before I could probably trust her at bumping her up a little bit. But aside from that, though, she's not that bad.
So Mrs. Dash.
But maybe someone. But I'm thinking that maybe if she starts improving herself better, she might have a bright future in the free agency. Probably someone might see her and be like, "Hey, I would love a dancing penguin. I would love a dancing emperor penguin point guard in my team. I'll send a contract to her."
So 82.1 defensive rating so far on her.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, it's point guard, supposed to be more of a point guard, so you want more passing, and she currently has a negative PPR. Does she have turnover? No, she only has not too much turnover, just not many assists.
Yeah. I think that's because we have her currently either at the low 2 reserve or the bottom.
She's currently at the
Three.
5th bench.
Yeah, sitting at 5th
Yeah.
bench right now, so that's.
So she's playing more as a defensive shooting guard rather than a defensive point guard, which is sort of weird. Because she's been shooting a decent number of times with her minutes.
Yeah, those are decent numbers, but yeah.
It's not making a lot of them, but she's shooting a decent amount.
Yeah.
But no, I know she's not nearly as. Oddly enough, none of my players from this, my draft candidates from this year, have been doing all that well.
Yeah, but she's. I would put her in probably one of the top players of yours that you've submitted this year because she's been doing good and
she's
also,
been doing well, just not well in the reason you got her.
Yeah. And San Ling is also one of your characters too, I believe.
Yeah, but she's not a draft candidate.
I know she's not a draft candidate, but I'm proud of what she's been doing
she's
on the
been
team.
doing well for the team. She's been earning her keep.
She's earned her keep. I'm considering her next year as a possible person that might offer a contract to. Probably, she's on my list.
Doesn't she have a?
She's not on the list. She's not on the list of Jericho. I'll say that right now.
Well, she's on a 3-year contract for a San Ling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's check to see if they've done the. Well, clearly the 2-0 intensity didn't work. 0-3 has been working a lot better. Have they fixed their bench 1 to 3? Guard,
yes,
forward, center. Yes. Okay. So, is there any notes we want to make on the team, or is the whole okay? They went 9-7, says they've sort of figured it out.
I say not really. I don't think we got much we can really discuss on Texas right now because they have.
We mentioned it with you.
Me, Mish, and a little help from Puppy have took the ship and gave it a hard turnaround, and I think we might have some good things coming after the break's over.
Exactly. Right now, it's to see. I mean, the starting lineup seems to go steady. The strategy is working well. It's a question of being careful with the injuries and maybe keep looking at the bench how they're performing and maybe doing some adjustment, mix and match people that things going well. Otherwise, I mean, it's like I said, you got a 7-win streak going. On Monday, they're facing the Houses. That was going to be a big test to see how the team is, how the team stack up against performing against the top team. And from there, we'll see how it goes. But next game, when the break is over, will really be a benchmark to see how the team is going to end up at this point forward.
Yeah, I agree with that. Pretty much everyone I've said has been doing really well. I'm really happy with what we got. I really don't think we can make any more adjustments even if we wanted to, but I think we could still experiment with like the lower or upper bench and maybe give someone a chance like Bracky. I might throw a bone Andy's way just to give him just to get his paws wet.
So
probably do some swaps around and see what we get once we get more comfortable.
For one of the things I was talking about before we move on, for it's like, oh, Cadence is really doing well on steals. Of note, Raul Zuleta is the #1 rate in steals.